Doug?
I'm here. How you
Great.
doing?
I'm well. How are you today?
No complaints.
Good. All right. Good evening, everyone. Looks like we got PPRP staff, the company, OPC. Do we have anyone from the Delaware Municipal Corporation joining us? Well, they will have to catch up then. Doug, are we ready to go, sir?
You're on the record, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chuck McLean, and I'm the Chief Public Utility Law Judge at the Maryland Public Service Commission, just filling in for Judge Christine Burke this evening. Today is October 11th, 2023. It's 7 p.m. We're conducting a virtual public hearing in case number 9698, which is captioned the application of Delmarva Power and Light Company for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to rebuild the Vienna Nelson 138 kV transmission line in Dorchester and Wacomico counties, Maryland. The purpose of this evening's hearing is to provide the parties an opportunity to provide their positions and recommendations on the application, as well as to provide the public an opportunity to comment on the project and make Judge Burke and the parties aware of any issues that they may have. It is my understanding that there are no members of the public that signed up to speak tonight, but we'll still run through the presentations and recommendations just in case someone's watching at home. And for anyone watching at home, you still may file comments through the Commission's website, which is www.psc.state.md.us. The instructions for logging onto the public comment system are located under the Tools section of the Commission's website under the Make a Public Comment tab. You may also file written comments by sending them directly to the Maryland Public Service Commission. Attention, Jamie Bergen, Chief Clerk, 6 St. Paul Street, 16th floor, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202. And please ensure that you reference case number 9698. Please note that the deadline for the submission of comments is Friday, October 13th, 2023, and all comments received will be considered when Judge Burke issues her proposed order. All the documents that have been filed in this case thus far are available on the Commission's website and can be accessed by typing 9698 into the case search tab. There are also copies of the application available for the public inspection at the Dorchester County Library at 303 Gay Street in Cambridge, the Wacomico County Library at 122 South Division Street in Salisbury, as well as the Delmarva Power and Light Company's office at 2530 North Salisbury Boulevard in Salisbury. In terms of where this case sits procedurally, the Department of Natural Resources Power Plant Research Program, the Maryland Office of People's Counsel, the Commission's technical staff, and the Delaware Municipal Electric Corporation all filed testimony on September 13th, 2023 in response to the applicant's filing. On October 4th, Delmarva, the Office of People's Counsel, and staff all filed rebuttal testimony. Evidentiary hearings are currently scheduled to be held on October 18th, 2023, followed by briefs, and the target date for the issuance of Judge Burke's proposed order is December 4th, 2023. All right. And with that, Mr. Seegers, I turn it over to you, sir.
Good evening, Your Honor. Matthew Seegers, appearing for Delmarva Power and Light Company.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Do you have a brief presentation or overview or?
Well, I'm happy to give a brief overview of the project. As Your Honor indicated, Delmarva Power filed on April 25th, 2023, an application for a CPCN to rebuild an existing 138 kV line spanning from Delmarva Power's Vienna substation in Dorchester County, Maryland, to the Nelson substation in Sussex County, Delaware. The total line is going to be approximately 13.7 miles long, of which 7.6 miles is located in Maryland. The line will be built so that it is capable of being operated at 230 kV, but it will initially be operated at 138 kV. And the primary reason that we are making this filing is in order to enable the retirement of the Indian River Generating Station located in Delaware. That's a coal-fired plant that has been slated to be retired for some time. So that is why we're seeking to rebuild the line. I have a number of members from our project team on the line in case there are any questions from any members of the public.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Ms. McLemore.
Good evening, Your Honor. Sandra McLemore on behalf of the Power Plant Research Program. And I have with me tonight Deputy Director of the Power Plant Research Program, Fred Kelly, who's going to provide a summary of what PPRP, does in this case.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Go ahead, Mr. Kelly. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Good evening. I'm Fred Kelly, Deputy Director of the Power Plant Research Program, and I was the lead for conducting the CPCN license review of the Vienna to Nelson 138 kV transmission line rebuild, or case number 9698. PPRP conducts a comprehensive and coordinated review of transmission line projects, that is, new or modified transmission lines in excess of 69 kilovolts. We primarily coordinate with 7 executive state agencies, that is DNR, that's where PPRP resides, Maryland Department of the Environment, Agriculture, Planning, Commerce, Transportation, as well as the Maryland Energy Administration. However, we do reach out to other state, federal, local agencies as needed as issues arise. Our objective is to provide an independent assessment of the potential environmental and socioeconomic impacts of a project. We cover a broad array of impact areas, natural resources, including terrestrial and aquatic resources, economic factors such as job accrual, impacts to historical and cultural resources. On September 13th, we filed our findings and recommendations with the Public Service Commission and the case jacket. In addition to my testimony, we filed a set of 33 recommended license conditions which address a range of potential impacts. Excuse me. I'm recovering from COVID, and I'm very happy that this is a virtual meeting because otherwise I wouldn't be able to participate. Potential impacts from the construction and operation of the transmission line, such as the Nanticoke River crossing, critical area issues, impacts to wetlands and streams, wildlife protection, transportation impacts through traffic management plan, as well as minimize impacts to hunting in the vicinity of the project area. The recommended license conditions are supported by a letter signed by the secretaries of the DNR and MDE indicating support of the project, provided the conditions are attached to the CPCN. Finally, I'll say our findings are supported by a comprehensive project assessment report, or PAR, that provides a more thorough assessment of the project's potential impacts and forms the basis for the license condition in each area of impact. And I'll leave it at that.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelly. I appreciate you being here tonight, and I hope you have a quick recovery.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Miller, anything from OPC this evening, sir?
Good evening, Your Honor. Brock Miller for the Office of People's Counsel. The Office of People's Counsel represents the interests of Maryland residential ratepayers in this matter and other similar matters before the Public Service Commission. We've been actively evaluating the application and the testimony that have been submitted in this case by the parties. We also filed direct testimony in this case, which raised various issues about potential alternatives to the proposed project. In response, both Delmarva and staff submitted rebuttal testimony, and OPC believes that the rebuttal testimony sufficiently addressed the issues raised in our testimony. We're currently in the process of drafting a letter that communicates OPC's changed position to the judge, but we were waiting for tonight's hearing to see if tonight's presentation and any comments that might be made might be added to that or might change that, and we do not have an additional presentation tonight.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Mr. Dean.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm Mike Dean of the staff of the Public Service Commission. Staff witnesses conduct an evaluation of the project according to the statute and public interest, and we also make sure that the record is complete and add to it as necessary. All the testimony of staff has been filed and is available for public viewing on the Public Service Commission website. I have no further items at this time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dean. And last but certainly not least, is there anyone from the Delaware Municipal Electric Corporation? All right. Gave him 2 bites at the apple there. ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending tonight. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great evening. Doug, we're off the record. Unless anyone else has anything to add. I'm sorry. I should add.
No, thank you,
All right.
sir. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. Thank you all. Doug, we're off the record.
We're off the record, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.